Hey there. So a few weeks ago, we sent out a survey to all the Nomads Nation newsletter subscribers, and we got over 1,000 responses. And I'm gonna share those responses with you today. And if at any point in this video you're like, dude, I love carry and EDC and gear and travel, I want more. Well, if that's the case, you should definitely sign up to the Nomads Nation newsletter so you can A, be a part of next year's State of the Nation, but B, that's just the best way for you to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world of carry. We're bringing on a weekly basis directly to your inbox everything you need to know about the world of gear. I'm talking about the newest releases, limited edition drops, industry trends, plus access to our exclusive discount codes and giveaways. And if you want to sign up, you can do so with the first link in the description below. Hope to see you in your inbox. Okay, let's take a look at some of the responses because, well, actually, before I do, let's talk about why I did this and why we're doing a State of the Nation, because there's really two reasons. One is to really understand our audience, but as opposed to just doing an anonymous survey and then being like, thank you for giving us the marketing information that we needed to make more money. It's like, I wanna make it a community thing and share this with each other. And you guys are a part of this community. And this community is the most important thing in the world to me. It's just really interesting to see how you guys like to carry. And also, I think the Nomads Nation community, we have our own little flair. I'm sure if Pack Hacker asked the same exact questions to their community, or the perfect bag, if Clint asked his community, you might see different pockets in the carry niche. That, hey, the Nomads Nation crew like to do it this way, the Pack Hacker peeps like to do it that way, but there's still gonna be plenty of overlap. I just think it's interesting. And the second reason though, is that I want to also include the community recommendations, which we'll talk about in a second, but I want to include this in our next leaderboard video, which we're currently working on. This is where the Nomads Nation squad, we get together and we pick our favorite bags in different bag categories. This has been one of our best performing videos ever. I think it's at 150,000 views right now. And what that means is when we do volume 2, I want to say, hey, this is what I like, this is what all the other members of Nomads Nation like, and this is what the community recommends. Because as the name suggests, we're a nation of nomads who love gear, we love travel, we love to carry things. We're weird, we're loud, we're proud. Let's talk about some of the responses. Okay, so the first question on the forum was, what's your preferred EDC bag? Not a lot of craziness happening here. 66% said a backpack, almost 25% said a sling. And then messenger, we got some in there. We got 4%. But this is definitely what I expected. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I thought the messenger crew would have been a little bit bigger, but that's also probably a reflection of what we review here on Nomads Nation. We do some messenger reviews, but we do a lot more sling and backpack reviews. But real fast, if you're a part of the messenger squad here at Nomads Nation, let us know in the comments below. I'm thinking about designing a messenger for Fyro, so I'm starting to dip my toes into the world of messengers a little bit more, a little bit more seriously. So if you're on the messenger squad, give us a shout below. All right, next up, I asked how many bags do you own, and I was astonished to see the results. There's only 1% of you have one bag, but the majority, 33%, are at 4 to 6 bags, and then trailing right behind that, almost 30% of you have over 10 bags. And what that means is you found your people. It's not normal, I don't think, to have over 10 bags. But you, like me, like everyone here at Nomads Nation in the community, you get a little bit of the fever, right? You get that first bag, it makes you want to try the second bag, and then before you know it, your closet's filled with bags. And it's awesome. It's expensive. That's what the Nomads Nation Marketplace is for. Then you can sell your bags, then you make the money back, then you reinvest it. Be sure to check out the Nomads Nation Marketplace if you haven't already. But I gotta say, 30% of the community having over 10 bags, mine was blown with that one. This is also really interesting, and I wanted to see what people would say. I wasn't sure. We're asked, are PU-coated zippers cool or not? Yay or nay? And we got 7% that said all PU-coated zippers, 19% that said no PU-coated zippers, but 73% said you prefer a mix. That's really interesting to me because it means that you like a PU-coated zipper on a certain compartment or a certain bag, but not on other compartments or other bags. I think what I'm seeing a lot right now in the community and on many baggers and stuff is a lot of people are kind of moving away from PU-coated zippers, except when it comes to a couple compartments, particularly the laptop compartment in the back. Now remember, here at Nomads Nation, we actually did our own PU-coated zipper test. We found that PU-coated zippers absolutely work. They're gonna block around 20 to 30% more water than their non-PU coated brothers and sisters. But it comes with the risk of the zippers looking like this in a few years because they definitely can peel. For me, I could say like, I've gone full circle on this, where I used to be like team PU zippers all day for every pocket and every compartment of every bag, to now the pendulum has swung and I'm actually kind of team no PU coated zippers ever. I think it's impacted by the fact that I now run Firo and I don't want to make bags that eventually have peeling zippers. We did with the T22 and I stand behind that choice. But a lot of the newer bags that we're making, the Levo and the Sitta, we're avoiding PU coated zippers. So yeah, I think this is one of the most interesting and definitely like intense conversations that's happening in the carry community right now. So if you're one of the people who voted for or just prefer a mix of PU and non-PU coated zippers, let me know like what you mean. Is it on a single bag? You just want the laptop compartment PU coated? Or is it just depend on the bag? Like does an X-Pack bag, like you're just like, yo, I need full PU coated zippers on my X-Pack bags. I don't care. That's just what X-Pack should be. Let me know your thoughts on PU coatedness in the comments below. Next up, we got ideal EDC backpack size, which I was also surprised at. I thought the backpack sizes that you guys like were gonna be bigger for EDC. As you can see the results, we got 9% 11 to 15 liters, 35% at 16 to 20 liters, 45% at 21 to 25 liters, and then 10% at 26 liters or bigger. And I thought that 26 liters or bigger category was gonna be a bigger percentage because you're starting to see, you know, Able Carry Max EDC is 26 liters. I know a lot of people are using the 30 liter ULA Dragonfly for their everyday carry. The Evergood CTB 26 is one of the most popular EDCs out there right now. And I just read all the comments and respond to as many of them as I can. And a lot of people are just using bigger EDCs, which is kind of like the trend. People are moving towards carrying more gear, more electronics, and having like an end game bag, which means that it can be good for everyday carry, but also large enough to travel with. Just personal anecdote here, I'm starting to swing the other way as well. I was going bigger and bigger on my EDC until I'm like, damn, I'm old. My back really hurts and I should carry less. So right now I'm rocking a 17 or an 18 liter. I might even try and go smaller and smaller from there. And I think that that's gonna be a bit of a trend moving forward, where EDCs were pushing bigger and bigger and bigger. That's just always the way the pendulum goes. My favorite example is always like hair metal in the 80s. It was good until it like just went too far this way. And then you had like Rat and Poison and other bands that just went too crazy with it. And then the pendulum swung and you had Nirvana and Heroin in the 90s. Best period of music ever, in my opinion. And we see that in the carry community all the time. The shifting of tendencies, not heroin. For clarification. YKK Zippers, are they a must-have? 44% said yes. 50% say prefer but not required. And 5% said don't care. I gotta disagree with the 5% there. I really care. It's one of the things that I think the longer I've been in this game, it's something that I feel more and more passionate about, is that like, if it's not YKK, I'm just not sure. It's so funny too, like I don't like the idea of a single company having so much power in an industry. And like YKK is not the only zipper brand. There's SBS, there's Ultra, a couple other fringe ones as well, but it's just something about that Y and the 2Ks following afterwards. It just gives me so much peace of mind. And I'm at like 700 bags reviewed now, and just something about the feel of a YKK zipper. And when I have reviewed bags and the zippers have broken, like recently on the Orbit Key Sling, surprise, lo and behold, not YKK. YKK is so mysterious. I know nothing about them. YKK, if any of your reps or founders or anybody might by some random chance be watching this, connect. I'd love to like work with you guys and like make some content, because you're a very mysterious company. I know nothing about you, aside from that your zippers rock. This was really interesting too. Preferred internal color lining, the majority, 40% said orange. I thought that gray was gonna win, but it was at 27%. And then we had cream at 20% and other at 10%. This makes sense. I mean, you know, gray and orange are the two most common, but I really thought gray was gonna win. But I love that orange one. I love that. Next up, water bottle holders, possibly the most intense conversation in the carry community in regards to a backpack is, should it have 0 water bottle holders, or 1 minimum, or 2 every single time? And this is about where I thought it would be. 10% said it must have 2. 22% said, don't care. But 67% said there needs to be at least 1. Actually, now that I think about it, I thought that more would say it must have 2. And this is one of those situations where sometimes the minority has a tendency to be the loudest. Like if you read a lot of comments, like the people who require 2 water bottle holders are very vocal about that requirement, which I respect the passion. Y'all love your hydration, and let's be honest, those pockets are so functional. It's not just for water bottles, it's for snacks and for umbrellas, quick access for your, foldable tote. For me though, also, yeah, I kind of need one, at least one. I don't even use it for water bottles, it's just for the other stuff. They're just very useful pockets. Now, last one before we go into actual community recommendations for top bags in different categories. Preferred backpack fabric. Gave a few different options. Ripstop nylon coming in with 13%, X-Pack at 30%, but ballistic nylon at 43%. And I'll be honest, I didn't know how to perfectly word this question because there's so many different fabric options out there. There's polyester and ultra and canvas and different kinds of X-Pack, whether it's 21 or 42. But this showcases that, like, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Ballistic nylon is the perfect backpack material. And that's why I'm so bored of it. And I fought so hard in Firo to find something different because I've seen it done every way you measure it. Like I've seen it all. I've seen ballistic nylon in every shape and form you can imagine. But like, it's not broken. It's an incredible fabric, particularly from the way that it looks and its abrasion resistance, but also a bit of weather resistance as well. But also shout out to X-Pack coming in at 30%. If you like X-Pack, I'd like to hear your comments below too. Do you prefer VX21, VX42, VX something else, VX don't care? Let me know your X-Pack preferences in the comments. All right, last but not least, let's talk about community recommendations. I asked, what's your favorite sling of all time? Now, this is meant to be open-ended, because I didn't want to give a million different options and leave someone's favorite sling out of those options. But some of the most popular ones that came up, and we took all these responses and put them through AI, is Bellroy slings, particularly the Venture Ready 2.5 liter, but also the Venture 6 and the Venture 9 liter, and the light sling models. Shout out to the light sling models. I always forget to recommend those in my alternative sections in our Nomads Nation reviews. Those are great slings. Which, then I get it, Bellroy is a bit of a hit or a miss sometimes. I don't love the new bags they just made with their classic backpack and the roll top and the day pack, but their slings are usually pretty good. And then right behind Bellroy are Air slings with the Day Sling 3, the Day Sling 3 Max, and the City Sling. I love Air. I will say Air slings have fallen off for me a little bit in preference to Bellroy's sort of lighter, I don't know, just more breezy kind of a feel with their slings. Airs, you got like the PU coated and like the chunky zips and like the thicker fabric. They just feel thicker, but I think that they're probably still two of the best, and I love having them both because they do it just their own unique way. Some other top recommendations from the community are the Alpaca Flight Sling, TomTalk Aviator T33, Evergoods Cast 2, and the reworked Toshi. We also asked the community, you guys, what's your favorite EDC bag of all time? Air City Pack Pro 2 dominated. But I think what's interesting about that is Air doesn't really have like a second everyday carry bag that people are talking about as much. It's like the City Pack Pro 2, and then it like falls off a cliff, and then maybe it's like, I don't know, Pro Pack, the City Pack Pro regular. Versus some of the other recommendations, you got a lot of Evergoods votes on here. But Evergoods has kind of two legendary EDC bags with the CPL 24 and the CTB 26. So it kind of splits the vote a little bit. Same thing with Able Carry, because we got a lot of Able Carry Max EDC and a lot of Able Carry Daily Plus votes. Those were all obvious though. Some of the less obvious ones, Tom Bin, the Cynic, got a lot of love. Alpaca Metro, Go Ruck, we got some Go Ruck fans on Nomads Nation, I don't forget y'all, and the Simple Commuter Pack V2. And also, we got a lot of votes for Firo as well, so thank you all for the support, really appreciate that. Last but not least, the community's favorite travel packs. Air Travel Pack 3, far and away, #1. Evergood CTB 26, which is an interesting one because I always think of the CTB as a bit more of an everyday carry bag, but it's actually a great travel bag as well. Maybe not for like a one bag experience, but to pair it with a suitcase, although you gotta put it on its side, that part sucks, but everything else about it's awesome. Surprised to see this, the Peak Design Travel Backpack 45 liter, really strong contender. Not our favorite here at Nomads Nation. It's a little bit more complicated, a little bit less comfortable, but I cannot doubt for a second that A, Peak Design makes incredible gear, and B, it's a really popular bag. It could be the most popular premium travel backpack in the world right now. And then aside from that, we had a lot of love for TomTalk and packed bags as well. To everyone who participated in State of the Nation 2026, I can't thank you enough. I wanna try and take this community to the next level. And I've got so many ideas on how to do that, but a lot of the ideas are hard to execute, but something like this, it gets us moving in the right direction. And like I said, getting the community's picks in the leaderboard video, I think is, that it's getting us on the right trajectory. So if you guys have any other ideas for what we can do with this information and how we can make content out of it and further deeper connected community, I'm all ears. Let me know in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this, remember, I said we're gonna be putting all these community responses in our next leaderboard video. And if you haven't seen our original leaderboard video, you can do so by watching it right here. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this community. We're gonna be bringing our A game in 2026. We got some really exciting things coming your way. Thank you for watching. I'm Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.